Good afternoon, guys. It's Wednesday, and I was thinking you can tell a lot about a man by the shirt he's wearing. Like for instance, this is a Sleeman shirt. Sleeman is a Canadian brewing company. They actually got their license to brew suspended for 50 years because they were hustling beer over the border during Prohibition. Got busted. But after the 50 years, they fired up the breweries and started letting the beer flow again. And that would explain the round part at the bottom of the shirt, you know. Yeah. And you can also tell my diet. You can tell that I had eggs for breakfast and spaghetti for lunch. So there you go. Shirts tell a story. Anyway, it's hot as hell again and smoky from those fires. So I've got tall trees on the east side of me and on the west side of me. So I get a few hours in the morning to work on the box and a couple hours in the evening. The rest of the time I stay in here in the shade. So what I'm going to get onto today is my power steering pump. Probably something I should have done before I put the fenders on. It would have been easier, but forgot all about it. So anyway, yeah, here's the issue. I'm putting a Fox body Ford power steering on a small block Chevy. I looked around all over the internet for a bracket. I mean, I'm sure there's a kit out there somewhere, but I can't find one. So I'm going to make one. I'm done looking. I've got some 3/8 thick aluminum plate. I'm going to make my bracket out of that. And I have the original Ford bracket to take some, get my centers out on the holes and stuff like that. So yeah, we might as well just get right to it. Okay, so here was my thinking. I've got a Fox body power rack down here, and I was hoping to keep the same Ford pump together with the rack. So using a Fox body power steering pump and mount it somewhere in here. Now there's not a lot of room here. And then when I started looking at the pump, I came across a snag right away. I'll show you what that is. So here's the Fox body pump. That's where this bracket would mount to. The problem here is that from here to the back of the pump is over 5 inches, and I don't think I have the room. I don't think I can make this thing work unless I put it down low way off to the side. And even then, the engine bay is, it's pretty tight down here. So it would have to fit somewhere right in here, and it would have to be adjustable to tighten the belt. I just don't think I have the room. So what I'm thinking is back to my other plan. These are Chevy pumps here. Oh yeah, this one too. I'm missing a pulley. I believe it was a serpentine pulley that was on this one off the 85 Fox body that I scrapped. Guy had aftermarket pulleys or whatever. So the pulley is missing. I priced a stock V-groove pulley, like this. $60 for a pulley. Friggin' ridiculous. Anyway, I've got these Chevy pumps here. Now, this one here even has the bracket already. So this should be a bolt-on deal. Clean it up. The only thing I'm going to have to do is get lines made up, from the Chevy pump to the Ford rack. So I have all the lines. You got to sort out which end goes where. And I've got a chum that makes hydraulic lines. I'll get him to make me up a set of hoses, and should be good to go. And that way I don't have to spend money on a pump or a pulley, and I don't have to make a bracket. I can just go ahead and use the stock factory one. I believe that this came off a square body truck, so should bolt right on. So anyway, that's where I'm at on that. I got to clean all that up and everything first. test fit the bracket, make sure that's all good. But so I'm just going to leave it aside for now and move on to some other things, and I'll show you what that's all about in a minute. Okay, so I guess I'll clean up the pump and the bracket, get it painted and all that stuff, and then test fit everything, make sure it's good. Take the hoses off the Fox body pump, which, well, they're already off, and I'm gonna have to get 2 lines made up, Chevy pump down to Ford rack. So I've got a buddy that he can make hydraulic lines at work, and so I'll probably get them done for pretty cheap, and I don't have to spend $60 on a freaking pulley, which is just retarded to me. That's stupid. Anyway, I get asked a lot of questions, especially in comments, about the truck. You know, what are you using for wheels? What are you using for the truck bed? Do you have a grill? Do you have bumpers? All that kind of stuff. So, you know, when I started building this thing, I had a vision in my head. You know, 17-inch chrome 5-spoke wheels. You know, an aftermarket chrome grill, and all that kind of stuff. So I was online last night. I was looking at pictures of these trucks, and it seems like 95% of them are done that way. So in an effort to be a little bit different, I decided to change direction a little bit, and because this truck is turning out to be quite a classy looking little deal, I want to keep some things subtle and keep that classy kind of theme going, you know. So I've got, well, I'll show you what I got going. So anyway, bear with me here. Just gonna move the camera a little bit, pointer down. So upstairs, I got a set of 4 15x7 chrome reverse. I put them away because I wanted to use them on my 56, Chevy, you know. But I'm thinking, if I take 2 of these for the back, and the wheels that are on the truck now are also chrome reverse, they're 14x6. So put the 14x6 in the front, 15x7 at the back, a little bit wider tire. These also have 4 baby moon hubcaps. So I test fit one of these hubcaps on the 14-inch, and it snaps right on. And I do have 2 trim rings for the 14x6, but I do not have the trim rings for the 15-inch. I've got some that are off of a square body rally wheel, Chevy truck rally wheel, but they won't snap onto these. So I still need 2 trim rings, you know, this style, but for 15-inch. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for those. If you know of any, let me know. Anyway, so yeah, so that leaves me with 2 full sets of rims. They're Unilug as well, so they fit Chevy or Ford. These actually were on a Mopar. So that leaves me with a set of 15x7, 14x6, 2 complete sets. One I can use on my 56 and one I can use in the truck. My thinking is I'll blast, you know, pick the 4 worst rims, blast them, paint them the tan color, put the baby moon hubcaps on, and you trim, you know, polished trim ring, and I've got a nice classy looking set of wheels where you just see the little strip of paint. Once again, that tan color, and I think it'll be cool. So very old school, but you know, subtle and clean looking. So that's where I'm going with that. And then as far as the grill goes, well, here, I'll show you that. So I test fit the 14-inch. Make sure that the there we go. To make sure that the hubcaps fit and everything. You can see it fits perfect, and the trim ring's on there. polish it up, so you'll just see this part here in paint. I think it'd be awesome. So there we go with that. And then the grill, I think I'm going to go, instead of going chrome, I think I'm going to paint it. Also paint it the tan color. And then a chrome bumper. So that's what I'm thinking on that. Let me know what you think. Maybe you disagree. You think I'm making a mistake. I'm doing it wrong. Whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking on wheels. So I got to go through the set that I have. I'm going to pick out the two worst ones because I'm blasting them anyway. Keep the best chrome for my 56. And same thing with the 14-inch in the front. So I think we're going to have a cool looking wheel combo. So of the 4 14x6, the two on the passenger side of the truck now are the worst. I mean, it's pretty crusty. I mean, it's rust, but it's not rotten or anything. So they should blast out real nice, and you know, good primer and paint. Now, like I said, there's this one, and this one over here has some rust as well. Not as bad as that front one. But anyway, I'm going to take those two, and those are the two I'm going to blast and paint. Now, I can also, instead of doing the trim ring, you know, if this whole rim is painted with just the baby moon in the center, that looks pretty good too, you know, so as opposed to that with the trim ring. So I'm not sure, but I have the option. You can always add the trim rings after if I find a couple. But let me know what you think. Trim ring or no trim ring? I don't know. I think it'll look cool both ways. So I'm on that. What else? Yes, the truck bed. I'm going to try a composite decking. You know, something with a wood grain in it, and paint it also that tan color. And yeah, so I'm going to have to go up to Lowe's and Home Depot or whatever and see what's available out there. I want a decent quality material. You know, this way here with paint or composite decking as opposed to wood. Wood cups, splits, turns black when it gets wet, especially where it's in contact with metal. So I'm thinking the composite decking painted that tan color again would look pretty cool. So that's where I'm going with that. Bumpers, gonna go with chrome bumpers. I want little splashes of chrome here and there, but you know, whatever. So yeah, chrome bumpers, original style, and yeah, like I said, a painted grill. So there's a place called Bill's Truck Parts. He's got everything for these things, so I'm gonna get in touch with him and let you know how I make out. That might be a road trip on itself, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so even though it's 450 degrees out, I'm going to get back on sanding on the box, because when the sun does get down behind the trees later on today, I want to be ready to start putting mud back on, you know, get a jump on it, because I want to get this thing in primer as soon as possible. Just the way it is, got to work around it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So here's the advantage of using the black epoxy. Those two little pieces of green tape, they're marking 2 pinholes. That's at the seam where I welded the patches in. So I just missed a spot with welding. So I'm going to go ahead and close them up. And yeah, that'll be ready for putty. There we go. Clean that up and that'll be ready for putty. Okay, so there you have it. Man, it is freaking hot. But I'm going to keep going on the box. I'm not going to show it. I've shown this stuff 100 times. You know, when I get it ready for primer, then I'll show what I'm doing on the box. Jesus, the old tongue ain't working today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. My neighbors, I don't know if you could hear that noise in the background. They're building a deck and they've been digging post holes with a gas-powered post hole digger since 8 o'clock this morning. I don't know how many freaking posts they need, but man, you know, there's going to be no ground left, just holes. But anyway, it is what it is. So I had a hard time trying to work around them. Finally, I just said to hell with it. And if it's in the background, it's in the background. Bear with me on that. New subscribers, thank you very much. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. You'd just be helping an old guy out. You know, pursue his hobby as a YouTuber, and I'm having fun with it. So hope you guys enjoy it too. Like I said, don't be afraid to leave comments down below. Maybe you don't like my direction on the wheels, but I really think it's going to look cool. So let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I am going to get in touch with this Bill's truck parts. I think he's in Oshawa or something. Apparently he's got anything you can think of, new and used. So if I can get a good paint quality original grill, that'd be awesome. So I'm going to find out what's going on and I'll report back once I have more info. And yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.